sunlight. This is sunlight. You don't play. You're merely ready, which I suppose I am. This is a follow-up to a game that I don't think I played. But it looks cool. And if it's super cool, then maybe we should go backwards and... Oh, hello.
Are you sitting comfortably?
No.
Focused. And not thinking about whatever's bothering you these days.
I'll try to get in there.
I'm here to test you. Please, relax.
I play like...
Let your thoughts come and go, and listen as they fade away in the distance. For better or for worse. This is where your life has brought you.
For better or for worse?
At a screen, listening to me.
Wow.
Imagine, for a moment, that you've just had a child. It's healthy, but unfortunately also completely blind. For their whole life, they will live in the dark.
Dude, you're really bringing me down.
See a thing. Their perception of reality is something that you might never be able to comprehend. How would you describe the world to them? What can't be touched or heard, smelled or tasted? How would you describe sunlight? By what it does? Or how it feels on their skin? I think I'd play them this piece of music. First composed by Tchaikovsky in 1878. These rays of light have traveled through decade after decade, finally reaching your ears this very moment. You have also traveled far to get here today, but you're only passing through and should probably get going.
I'm playing. It's not inverted. Oh, man, every time. They get me every time, dude. I think the sensitivity is a bit high for my taste. Okay, apparently we're going down to 0.71.
I'd like to tell you a story.
Still kind of high. Hang on. God, this is the biggest bummer, dude. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
It all happened to me when I was young, walking in a forest much like you are. Those were days filled with boundaries and rules.
I didn't save the inversion. Every time, dude. Wait, it is. It didn't invert. Oh, it did. I was just not ready because I was already used to it.
With my world full of fierce discipline, I walked the forest to breathe. One day, deep in the woods, I found a funny-looking tree, crooked, old, and wrinkly. With little work, a few bits of bark became huge ships. Calm creeks turned to ferocious oceans. I can still recall the people I imagined dragged downstream with a sense of guilt. As I gazed back upon the old tree, I noticed something peculiar. It was crying, every crumple like eyes closed tightly, clear drops streaming silently down its wrinkly skin. So I did, as children do, tasted it. Not because it looked tasty, but to figure out what it was. The first drop made my tongue tingle. Second made it prickle. And the very moment the third landed on my tongue, a profound sensation spread through my chest. Undefinable, like thirst, both vague and specific. Though one thing was clear, something was changing within me. I remember breathing in and out, feeling the fire.
Okay, so unfortunately, this doesn't have any look or a cursor or anything, so motion sickness central is about to hit us. From this angle, this tree looks kind of funny. From the other side, it looks kind of cool. Like how things are rendered. Like this tree looks kind of hokey. It looks like a bunch of circles, but most of the other stuff looks like it's rendered quite not as distracting, I suppose, is maybe what there is to say. I'll try to make not a lot of dramatic movements as we make our way through here. Oh.
Spreading into my lungs and stomach. My awareness spread with it, and I remember the strangest sensation of my mushy dinner in there, as if I held its remains in the palm of my hand.
I was trying to walk towards the loudest tree, but it was kind of tough. Okay, remember when I said I wasn't going to make a lot of dramatic movements? Let's just go this way. I'll just walk towards whatever the loudest thing is. I was trying to place it in my ears. That's why I was turning. That's my bad. I'll just direct you and tell you when to close your eyes for when I'm about to completely nuke all vision. Uh-oh.
Your body is your only vessel in this world. And when it misbehaves, the claustrophobia is distorted. Seek help, I thought. And at that very moment, the tinkling needle shot from my brain down through my spine. I felt them scatter through my upper leg, where muscles contracted to lift my knee. My body weight shifted forward, and a shock wave spread from the foot sole as it landed softly on the ground. The process repeated itself in greater detail for every step. I was overwhelmed, but my body kept moving. I do not at all feel like the boss giving directions. It all happened automatically, and I was simply along for the ride. Like you.
I guess I do feel quite along for the ride. I think if I had that much like awareness over things, I would freak the fuck out. You know, I'm not chill. I think I was recording guitar with someone and they were just like, dude, you need to just relax, bro. And like, you need to like get high and just like relax. Which is like probably true, but Yeah, I don't know. Like thinking about it freaks me out. Yeah, I want to drop this flower. Hang on, let's look at the controls. Pick up and place flowers. Oh, wait a minute. I want to place. How do I place? I want you here. I don't think I can put it there. There appears to be something like off in this. I think I'm just gonna have a bouquet.
My lips and tongue engaged in an intricate choreography, myself in the audience observing the words performed. My lips muttered, "I'm sure it will pass," while my thoughts were crying for help.
Yeah, I kind of thought about. I've been trying to be really careful about like my ears and trying to listen to things very quietly and take like breaks between using headphones and stuff like that, because I'm actually really concerned about like losing my hearing at all. It would be really devastating. Like I would not handle it very well at all. I'm like trying to just imagine like describing sounds and stuff like that, or even feelings through sound is impossible.
I was slipping further and further away, a levitating camera in a video game, merging with the code it was running on. Again, with the binary, with the electronic circuit and so on. I closed my eyes and let my sensations lead me. First, I spent some time with my bones. Among their many functions, I got lost in their continuous breathing, an uninterrupted flow of calcium absorbed and released. Even my skeleton was alive and living in and of itself. I could feel my mind clinging to the known, to the clattering thoughts, the buzzing of memories and fears of the future. But for each breath, tension was released, and my shoulders sunk comfortably. It had certainly felt like I was in there, somewhere behind my face, but I was nowhere to be found. And the more I looked, the more hazy I became.
What we could try to do? Oh, I was gonna say we could try to put the flowers in the middle, but truthfully, I don't know where the middle is anymore. I think concept of the middle is lost forever. Oh, you know, I think it's over here. Is that the middle? Yeah, kind of what this reminds me of actually is the Unfinished Swan. The game, kind of fascinating because I think it's like the closest thing that I can imagine that's trying to be like conveying what it would be like to know what it's like to have vision and then having it taken away and then finding it again, I guess. It's like every single time that you oh hey, look, I'm on top of the mountain. I'm on top of the world. Every time you like splash a ball of paint in the Unfinished Swan, you know, you're giving yourself an opportunity to see. I figure out what to do with these flowers. I want to place them. Yeah, but I think that's the only thing that I can really think of. It's like a really fascinating game.
Converted to neural signals shooting along the optic nerve, each carrying a piece of information into the darkness. The brain categorizes motion, color, edges, distance. I sat for a moment in the dusk, watching the sunrise. When the world eventually lit up, I was no longer wondering why matter lights up from the inside. My experience had changed from the fire to the light it emits. But it could get much stranger still.
I thought the flower just gave me music, just like here's the music. It's happening now. Oh, there's a big flower over there, dude. Yeah, I feel as though I need to put these back somewhere, but again, I'm not lost in the woods now. We're just walking. I feel like I'm losing it. I have no idea where this is.
Between confusion, concern, and annoyance. However, when I studied his face closer, I was struck by terror. The image of myself had turned to look straight into my own eyes. I felt my own hand reach out towards myself. The weight of my hand landing softly on my own shoulder. Eyes distant, looking at the doctor, looking at myself, rules and boundaries disappearing.
This is the spot that I thought was the center. I wonder if there even is a center still. I like the way the sky is rendered. The sky looks sick. Just like several haphazard brush strokes. The sky. if there's not like a tree I'm looking for. It's just the trees. I'm trying. My stupid gamer brain's trying to like think about how this works. That I do it right. And I could probably just like walk through the forest and it's just gonna happen. Let's just try. Okay, I'm gonna pick this one up and we're just gonna walk. I really want to place the flowers back.
I looked at my hand. 5 fingers against a surface felt no different than 5 bodies or minds. Branches becoming aware that they were connected to the same trunk all along. Their experience my own, all of them present in my mind.
Trying to give you some flowers. I feel like every time I get a flower, I bring it back there. And then that's when I can hear the most. And like if I grab this and immediately 180, then I think that's gonna be the way.
Crackling kept spreading. Every individual going about their business, strangers on the street unaware that they were all each other, their surroundings, and me. I knew and felt them all as I knew and felt myself, and I could no longer feel contempt, or that anyone was somehow less deserving. There was no longer me and you, no us versus them. It was all just me.
I think it goes without saying that if you're watching this, you're playing this, just, relax. Breathe in, Breathe out. Seems more lit than usual. Or am I imagining things? What the fuck is happening?
Another idea I knew to be true. Mountains, transient shadows of matter flowing through time, slowly from one point of view. But for the mountain itself, oh boy, it's in a hurry. like everyone else. Both the whirlpool and the stream, an expression of energy floating through empty space. All experiences merging to one. There I was, all of us, you, me, I. The light that shines through the film. All else is smoke and news.
I think the only other time that I remember anyone talking about stuff like this was the spoken word part that's at the end of that this Anama Noguchi album. I mean, you know, I could probably just like go search for it in a bunch of other places, but that place where it happened to come up was at in this Anama Noguchi album, the blue one with the cube on the cover. Is that all of them? I don't know.
Because it keeps moving, leaving us behind. My body kept living like yours will. The surface is preserving its illusion of separateness. This screen, our very real eyes. I couldn't tell if I ascended or dissolved. I'm soaring through space, but unable to move, nevertheless. And as I turn in orbit, the boundary between light and dark keeps moving. A cascading wave of force, arriving in the dark, just to slip away and dust.
Yeah, so in this Anama Noguchi album, there's this dude that does this spoken word thing that's about like it's like we're all just we're all in the same dream or whatever, right? Just all of us together. And then you know, people that you like and don't like are just reflections of yourself and kind of the things that you like to see in your own life or whatever. You can listen to the album to get the full effect of it.
An energy field following in the dark.
Kind of an interesting like approach, like looking at the world.
To be safe, well fed, not too warm, not too cold. To be acknowledged by my closest. So even though you are another part of me looking back, you will always be a stranger. A lump of resources, of exploitation.
Wow.
Cut. Our hemispheres separated once again. Rocks skipping along the surface, never sinking in. The inconsistent dash of beauty between the eyes, picked up by a stranger with good intentions, and with it, sentenced to die. But I don't care who you are, or how you found me. But we are both reaching in, a few lonely ways, venturing through space, in just the right direction. Absorbed in our leaves, stored as sweet sugars, and exhaled as crisp and clean oxygen. And while the light warms our skin, while we wait for the next sunrise, we breathe in and out.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but this music is, I'm finding to be quite tense. I think probably one of the things that truly makes me kind of stop and feel centered, actually, musically, is the Braid soundtrack stuff. Jamie Cyber, I think Jamie Cyber. I find that stuff to be really, really intense in a way that like really clears my brain. In a way that, oh wow, look at this. Oh wow, look at this. Did I submit? Can't tell. I hit enter. Blagging. Wow, look at this. See what other people put. Yeah, I was wondering like why hello? Give this bouquet to thee, so that thee might find the pleasure in its beautiful bounty. I hope we meet someday. I'm sure you're a blast to experience. Oh. Everything's gone. Let's read some more of these. Give someone a hug. Dude, are we gonna get some more ASCII? Amy. I'd use the mouse, by the way. Partial control. These flowers will die like the rest of us. Wow. Sorry, brownie. Diversity. There you go. Someone save the treats. Nice. I put it here. Is that okay? Yeah, I like this. I hope people put nice stuff. Put mine like right next to the beginning. I didn't realize I would put it down right away. Otherwise, maybe I would have walked it out a little bit. Be kind. Yeah, I think probably one component of this that, you know, you might turn your nose up at is I find a lot of value now in trying to really be present in like whatever activity that I'm doing. I think streaming is like a really weird kind of give and take in that regard where oh, I was here where sorry, I was like very distracted, awkward, proving my point. It's like cool because I get to play video games, but I'm like half in the video game sometimes because I'm like, you know, looking at other shit. I'm like looking at chat or whatever, looking at it, making sure the stream's not broken. And I think it's, if you're reading this, you've gone too far, metaphorically speaking. And so now what I'm trying to do is like really make sure in my personal time, especially when I'm playing video games, like just by myself. Delightful delights, decide dutifully. I'm trying to make sure I am really like enjoying what I'm doing. It's kind of one of the things I've talked to Nelson about this all the time because he is like a big, it's like, I've got this whole other deal like going on another monitor, and it's like a really, like interesting kind of thing where like I find that multitasking is just one of like the biggest lies that we are told. You know, it's like the walls in between us all are only imaginary. I mean, I think there's like a pretty significant real wall between some of the people now. Yeah, you know, like if you're doing something, you should do something that's like worth your time, and then you should commit your time and energy to like really taking it in. And I feel like that's like the way that you're going to really enjoy something is by committing like everything to it. And ideally, you know, committing it to something that is worth being invested in, but that's kind of harder to judge, you know. I'm going to build a little house inside this trunk and live here with my mouse family. Wow. You know, I don't even know where I really put mine. I guess I won't know now. I don't think I'm ever going to find it. Yeah, that's kind of the scary thing about like introspective stuff like this is, you know, you have to kind of really think about yourself and kind of like how you actually think and feel about things, which is, you know, I think most, you know, I put them down horizontally. So it's like going like this way, maybe this is more inwards. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can build your bouquet too. And I think that's probably one component of, yeah, like I'm guilty of this where you probably have like a podcast on. Even like maybe while you're playing video games is like the really funny thing. And it's to like drown out the silence of having to just sit and think to yourself and like be with yourself, which is just such a like a tough thing to deal with. Maybe I should just go that way. You know, I think towards the sunset is more out, so maybe we should just follow the sunset, actually. I've gone in like a big circles. I don't know what to type. I don't know what this is. Are those curse words? Yeah, so I actually think I'm probably didn't. I think I missed the boat on that like kind words to strangers or whatever that thing was. It's like lo-fi music, and then you can like write out some fun messages. And I think this is probably like the closest I'm gonna get, maybe. At least in like a launch perspective, because I'm playing this actually. I would imagine that this entire thing will be more stuff by the time you play it, or you know whoever plays it. Because I think I'm playing this like literally the day before the release. Yeah, I think I need to turn around because it doesn't appear that there are more things. Yeah, I'm hoping that people take the time that play this to put something nice, you know? You know, you have the opportunity. I hope people understand like what you're putting down, you know? You have like one opportunity, or I guess you can replay the game. You have an opportunity to say something like kind to a stranger or something, and you should take it. And you know what I hope people don't do is put their Twitch URL, which is probably what's gonna happen. But I hope people take this as an opportunity to randomly be kind to people. It was kind of one of those things. There was like a big game that came out. I'm gonna not say what it is. You probably know. When you beat the game and you get to the credits, you have an opportunity to like leave a nice message for people that are playing. And you know, it's like a really cool thing because it's tough. I find that I'm very frustrated by. I don't think I've talked about this in any capacity. This is a really great avenue for me to just talk. You know, I'm not going to vlog, but what I'm going to do is walk through an endless non-existent forest and just look for messages while just talking about stupid shit that I think about. I find it very frustrating that some of the most popular games are things that are either brutally competitive or intentionally deceitful. Like, battle royales are incredibly big games, and it's frustrating because it's like exploiting like what would you do in a situation where you were put into like an arena with 100 people and the answer is different versions of killing each other, which is just maybe I'm like too cynical to like just enjoy it as a video game. Or like the Among Us, it's like there's no variation of that where you work together and instead it's about how do you lie to the rest of your friends, which is like, you know, fun as an activity, but I think it's frustrating that we can't get the same kind of joy. Like a game that's not werewolves will never have the same kind of like viral appeal because there's nothing exciting about being kind to each other. And that is just such a like deeply sad thing to me. And there's just not a way to like express that in video game form. And so like situations like this, like video games like this, I think are like the only avenue for me to feel that kind of like really nice calmness. I don't even know how to describe the emotion because I've had to deal with it so few times. And I think that's why stuff like Journey is really interesting and appealing to me because, you know, oh boy, you know, I think mine might be close to here. I'm not sure. I feel like I remember seeing this. I appreciate you. Like a little bit backwards. Yeah, Journey is really cool because you're just like accidentally co-op and then you go on a journey together. And not for, you know, any crazy reason, just for fun. And then especially late game in Journey when, you know, I like played it for whatever, the 5th time on the PlayStation 4. And then it was at a point when, you know, it's like pretty understood like what to do in the game and how to play it. So we just, instead of it being like an exploratory thing where we were very cautious and careful and trying to, you know, dance around everything, we just had like ridiculous, crazy, like we figured out how to glide through an entire level together because we were both clearly knowledgeable about the game. And that was like a thing that we couldn't talk because that's not how the game works, but we managed to non-verbally convey that we both wanted to do that. And I think it's like a cool experience in and of itself. Or I think I will always remember that I had a game in Journey where oh well, yeah, mine is going to be right close to the beginning. Oh, that's going to be so nice. There was a game in Journey that I played where we were together for literally the entire game, like from the moment that you can have a partner to like one of the later levels. I don't know why I'm like worried about spoiling Journey when the game is like how many years old. And the game crashed. And I was like, oh, that's such a bummer. Like we had like such a good time. We were like hanging out together and then the game crashed. Give someone a genuine compliment the next time you have the opportunity. There you go. Look at this. Yeah, where's that TikTok challenge? You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway. Yeah, the game crashed and I was like, bummer. Okay, so I like reloaded the game up from the PlayStation menu, loaded back in, and then I was like, oh man, like the person's not going to be there. And so it put me back at the beginning of the level, and I was like, okay, whatever, we're going to keep going. And I immediately see someone. And then we just like start chirping along and we're going. And I'm not like, you don't know who you're playing with. So you just kind of go and journey. And then come to find out, like, it shows you who you play with at the end. And then it turns out that I had been playing with one person the entire time. So I crashed, had to start over, and the other person ran all the way back to the beginning of the level, or also crashed. I doubt that's the case. They came back to the beginning of the level so that we could finish the game together. And there's like, there's no reason to do that. Especially if you're just playing the game, you're just like, oh, whatever, I'm going to keep going. But they came back, and I don't know why. And I didn't, it showed you the PlayStation thing, but it's like hard to like just look at their profile from that menu exactly. And so like, I feel like my actual IRL soulmate is out there because of this experience and journey. And then I just, I never took the time to go back and talk to them, which is honestly going to be the biggest regret of my entire life, I think. I don't even remember what their gamer tag was. But yeah, it was like a interesting thing that ended up happening. How did we get here? Yeah, I'm very frustrated by a lot of that stuff. And I understand why, like nice games will not be popular in the same way. And it's just because, there's, how do you make a viral clip out of helping your friends, I guess? And then the other, like, the game design problem, how do you create a challenge that just goes on forever? As a game designer, something like Among Us is like brilliant because it's just like, you don't even have to, like make stupid games, right? It doesn't even have to be deep. You just put everybody together, and then the players create the challenge. Everybody is actually different. The way that they approach problems is different. And so when they lie to each other, it's going to be different every time. And I don't think that the same parallel exists for like co-op or even just not competing. And that's tough to think about. And I think I just really want there to be someone that figures out this problem, because I just want there to be a thing where I think maybe mine is close to here. I think maybe, is it this? No, I didn't have this much yellow. I had a lot of red. I want there to be something that's at least not super competitive, that people really enjoy, so that, at the end of a night of playing League of Legends, like, there's no way that you have won all of your games. Just dogging on. This is my personal experience. Maybe we just had a whoopsie right there. There's no way that you like walk away from that experience having won a bunch of games. And like, I don't care. There's no way that you walk away from like any number of losses feeling good. And so I just wish there was something where you can walk away feeling good about yourself, and also not at the expense of others. Because, I think that's really, I have a friend who is just like, how am I going to play a co-op game if I can't, dominate my fellow man or whatever? And it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, that is just, like, what are you doing? Yeah, okay, I don't know. How long have we been going? Is this cool? I'm going to press the A button. Let's see where it brings us. Probably back to the start menu. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, thank you, Sunrise, for giving me the opportunity to just be introspective for no reason. And I don't 100% think it was the point of the game. And maybe in some ways it was. But thanks all the same. Yeah, I think your experience of playing it is probably somewhat diminished by watching me play through the entirety of the video game, but I hope that you take the time to, maybe not even if you play this game in particular, but just take the time, just breathe, just like Google like a meditation test, do it. It's just like a breathing in, breathing out exercise, like really center yourself. Take the time to really enjoy what you're doing. Just be really in it. Be really involved in whatever you do, whatever it is that you're doing. And then just, you know, if you find my message, just do it. You know, take care of yourself. Like, be cool. I don't think I wrote be cool. Don't put your Twitch URL. Don't be a jerk. Like, who cares? I wonder, man. Maybe we should look at this again so we can see some of the messages that people. I would love to know what this looks like with like a billion messages. Okay, that's it. Thanks for this. Sunlight is available on Steam. There's gonna be a link. Okay, bye.